it's a really interesting site in as much as its main priority and main purpose is to serve the community. That's it. The Bottom Meadow, the SB campus, the Muga, them three sites, their focus is to, no matter, it's not even like spinning it, PR. Their focus is to serve the community. Whether you're a young child, aspiring athlete who wants to get on in sport or just wants to knock around with their mates, them three bits of real estate in this borough are there to advance whatever it is from a health and well-being sense. At Bottom Meadow, the way that a small number of councillors that wear the Liberal Democrat hats have treated the facility and me and my organisation since they've come into the town council in the last 2 years it's just so disappointing. It's just, you'd think we're operating a criminal enterprise down at Bottom Meadow. Ultimately, we are guilty of building one of the best facilities in the local area, and we are guilty as charged of having a good 1,000 kids go through that facility every week to improve and better themselves in life. So we are guilty as charged on them fronts, absolutely. And they just want to condemn us for basically building a safe environment for children to play sport in. And whenever I do anything down there to improve it, so we are refurbishing a overflow parking area on the meadow. This is an area that cars are parked on for years, and it's a mixture of rocks, rubble, concrete, clay, moss. And we've taken that material out because in the winter, believe it or not, it's not very nice to park on. It's a bit, gets very waterlogged. And we've replaced that with a permeable makeup, a clean, new Type 1 stone. And on top of that is a screen graded topsoil. So that area becomes a nice flat area of clean, good, permeable makeup. So 52 weeks a year, we can park on that meadow. And the reason we want to park on that meadow is because the same councillors that are currently moaning about the work that we're doing down there have moaned for the last 2 years about overflow parking and overspill parking and us spilling onto the highway around Bottom Meadow. Now, even that, we had parking surveyed by a consultancy called Motion, a transport consultant, and they identified that there was not a chronic parking issue. However, we still pressed on because we thought that if we can take the parking, however small it is, or however small an impact it is on the road that's opposite Park Road, we wanted to bring that parking into our site so we can improve the relationship with them neighbours. And that's what we've been doing this off-season, is improving that area. So we had an enforcement visit yesterday, and it's like anything, they're not particularly nice visits because you've got someone that's coming down to tell you all that you're doing is not good. And, we're quite passionate about what we're doing, and they never really fare particularly well. And, ultimately, they can be quite painful episodes for all the staff there because everyone's being questioned. It makes you feel bad about something that you're doing with the right intentions. Now, granted, we thought we were refurbishing an area. They think it's operational development. So it's kind of, okay, fair enough. Take on board your points. We'll do what we need to do. If that's what you feel. I don't agree, but that's, you're the person with power. If that's how you're ruling, then that's how you're ruling. The thing is, it's their opinion, their opinion backed by what their interpretation of planning law is. And ultimately, if that's how they see it, and if that's how my advisor sees it now, then what we'll do is we'll submit an application. But I think what I just come back to is the point time and time again. We're putting overflow parking in to improve upon comments raised by the Liberal Democrat councillors. They got elected by really banging a negative drum about us and the impact we have on the community, and they never, ever, ever, very rarely, if at all, champion what we do. And I think that the danger is, if facilities like the one we've built don't exist, where do them many thousands of hours of participation, where do them children, young adults, where do them people go? Where do you want them? If they can't be in a safe environment like that we've built, where do they go? What's the alternative? What's their alternative? That's all I'd say. Because my gut is they haven't got an alternative other than bashing me with a stick week in, week out. That's it. They don't, that's, and it's, for me, that NIMBYism, it really, really grinds me. It grinds me more than ever. Not in my backyard. I absolutely just can't stand that view, because ultimately everyone lives in a house built by a developer. Every single person that lives in a house that was built by a developer. But it was okay. It was okay. That house is okay, or this bit of infrastructure is okay. This kind of NIMBYism really, it does great. And that's ultimately why we find ourselves as a country where we are. And you just see it recently. The red tape in planning is just so layered, so heavy. Everything. The reason things are so expensive, the reason we're not going to hit certain quotas, is because of the red tape. It is just so hard to do anything. So it's a really frustrating space. Planning, building, very, very frustrating place. And then even if you do submit, again, as a football club, you have a very narrow window to do your improvement works. You've literally got June, July to do your improvement works. Bit of May, all of June, all of July, because the season starts again. So you have like this 8 to 10 week window to get anything done. So it's accelerated. So yeah, look, ultimately we will put an application in for the works that we're carrying out, albeit we believe they're refurbishment works, but we'll put the application in, and I absolutely guarantee, and you can film it. You read the comments when they come on that application. They'll come from Councillor Quigg and her disciples that just spit venom on a social media page called We Love Sanders. It is frustrating, but you got to keep smiling. You got to keep smiling. You got to keep pushing forward, and don't let them grind you down. Ultimately.